9 app.
Alabama 1st and 10 on the 12. Again, Houston. He's got a hole. He's over. Alabama touchdown.
I'm just wondering if your listeners know how good a football player you were. I can still see you playing that fullback, knocking those players out of the way. And I believe I could have run behind you.
Martin, I can remember when we came to summer and you playing fullback up there, and I saw you in the weight room and watched the workout in the weight room. And you could pick up, you were strong enough to pick up the whole weight room. I wanted to fix it, and I run it back to the biggest mistake we ever made.
The Martin Houston Show with national championship winning fullback Martin Houston, giving you 1 hour of intense, hard-hitting analysis from an insider's perspective. It's time for the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports, Tide 100.9, and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Martin, you're hot in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning. Welcome into the Martin Houston Show on Tide 100.9 on your radio dial, Martin Houston Show fan page, or Martin Houston Live on Facebook fan page, at Martin Houston 35 on Twitter. Glad to be with you on this Hump Day edition of the Martin Houston Show. It's a Wildcard Wednesday, so looking to hear from you on the topics you may want to bring to the table. Give us a call at 205-342-9904, 205-342-9904. The Taco Casa hotline is open for business. And as I said, you can chat us up at Martin Houston 35 or Martin Houston Live on Facebook. Glad to be back with you. Want to send out a special thank you to Joe and crew for covering the last 2 days and doing an awesome job of keeping things rolling on the Martin Houston Show, the Sound of Bama Sports, your show, your team. Thank you, Joe. How you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good today, Martin. Having a happy hump day, and let's see what we can get into.
Yeah, it's a Wildcard Wednesday, so we can kind of go anywhere today. Got a lot of different topics or potential topics to talk about. Some on the NFL level, some on the Alabama level, and, of course, the college football world, and then even a little boxing maybe to throw in there. But had a great time and glad to be back with you. So if you're out there listening and you want to talk about what's happening around the NFL, Tua Tagovailoa in the news, unrattled, unshaken by what appears to have been a bad practice. Was it a bad practice? Or was it a growing teaching moment for Tua Tagovailoa? We'll talk about that. Mac Jones continues to make noise and has the two Auburn guys talking in the media. One has one opinion, unchanged. Others saying fired up, motivated by the choice to pick Mac Jones up in New England. So we can talk about that. Also, while we're up in New England, can talk about Dante Hightower and his return, what that means for the Patriots, if you want to go down that road as well. Also, don't forget, it's a lot going on with the college football playoffs. What is it going to mean ultimately to the college football world? And what is this about? Is this really about getting more teams in, which that's the argument I say, hey, I'm okay with more teams getting in. If you're going to play in a league, you should have an opportunity to win a championship. Or is it more about the money? Is it more about that $45 million shortfall, downturn in revenue from last year in terms of ticket sales and all of the other things that go into this money machine we call college football and college football playoffs? Is it more about the money? But what are some of the potential side effects or changes, good and or bad or indifferent, that could happen? Are there any good things that could come out of the college football playoffs? Could it create more opportunities within each team, each league? That is also part of the conversation as well. Let's get on the thing that's kind of a sidebar. Yesterday, Deontay Wilder, Fury having their press conference. Of course, I still laugh at boxing press conferences. It's still about the show and the entertainment. But first time we really got to see Deontay in a while, Joe. At the press conference, did he appear to look like he may have gotten a little bigger, a little stronger? First of all, I guess I should say, did you see it?
Yeah, Martin, I think I might have missed his press conference. He and Tyson Fury got together and potentially talked about their upcoming December. It's December, right? Their December fight.
No, they moved. It's July 24th. That's what I was kind of surprised.
Coming right up.
Huh? Yeah, they're gonna get at it pretty quick, I guess. So they had their presser yesterday, and Deontay didn't talk much. He made probably about a 12-minute statement, and that was about it. And then his trainer did the rest of the talking. So he didn't talk. He didn't take questions or anything. So a little different approach than the past. So we'll see what that means. But he looked like he may have gotten a little thicker than he was before. But you and I have talked about this. He has to be a better boxer this time. He has to. And maybe the layoff, even though he's been fighting for it, and Fury was ready to move on to a unification bout. Maybe this gives Wilder a better chance. First fight, a draw. Second fight, Wilder was not able to stay in the ring, and of course he changed trainers, Joe, because that was one of the reasons he said that he felt like the towel was thrown in a little early. What do you think he has to do in this fight that if he's going to take that belt back?
I think that he has to allow that one punch, the right hand, to come to him instead of just seeking it out the entire fight. And, in their second fight, he basically was just holding out to kind of land that one punch instead of boxing. And he just needs to embrace, the boxing, especially the jab. If he can develop a jab with his left hand, then it will set everything up with the right hand. But really, I felt like he was pressing, looking for the big shot the whole time. And if he can just, maybe allow the fight to come to him a little bit more, maybe that shot will present itself more naturally.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I was trying to. You said it better than I did. He needs to box. To me, it's sort of like, in football, almost all offensive coordinators do this. They have what they call a scripted sheet. Okay. And in that scripted sheet of plays, they have certain plays, Joe, that they're running. They're going to run those plays for the most part, unless something presents itself that's outside of the typical script. What I mean by that is you have your 20 plays, 21 plays, whatever that number is. Some people have 15, some have more. But you have those plays scripted out. And you come in and, typical, hey, if we receive the ball, we're going to have it somewhere between the 25 and the 35, and this is what we want to run. You come out and your defense gets a turnover, and you're at your opponent's 20-yard line, you might go off script a little bit. And that's what you're talking about is you come out, you're going to box, you're going to jab, you're going to move, you're going to try to figure out, hey, how does Fury, if I move to the left, how does he what was his comeback? If I, go for this punch or this punch, how does he transition off of it? But if he drops that left hand on his way in, and I have a chance to deliver that right, if I'm Deontay, of course I don't hold back on it because I'm trying to figure out how he's going to box me. But I don't go in, trying to make it happen. And like you said, that's what instead of boxing, I keep wanting to say fight. Instead of boxing the last time, I'm like you. I think he was just trying to land that knockout blow. And it never presented itself. And while he was doing that, Fury was just calculating punches and tallying punches and body blows that added up, both from a point standpoint and from a physical toll on Wilder. So we'll see if Deontay Wilder's able to bring back a championship to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, as the world champion. But that definitely was an interesting. It was interesting. Like I said, he was kind of had a little different personality on yesterday. We're gonna go ahead and try to stay on the clock. Pat, hold on. We're gonna get you on the other side of the break, so I don't have to rush your conversation. We're talking Alabama football. We're talking the NFL. Mac Jones making a little noise up in New England. And if you just joined the program, Tua Tagovailoa, 5 interceptions in a single practice. Initially sounds really bad. Is it as bad as it sounds? We'll talk about that more. If you want to comment on it, go ahead and get ready to call in on the Taco Casa hotline at 205-342-9904. Taco Casa, quality, taste, value under the biggest cactus in town. Give them a try for lunch and or dinner today. They'll be there to serve you under the biggest cactus in town. Once again, that's Taco Casa, quality, taste, and value.
Father's Day Sunday, and JCPenney has the perfect gift for your number one guy. Hurry in for hundreds of Dad's Day deals now through Sunday, only at JCPenney.
Okay, 3 dozen by tomorrow morning. Yep, the roses and
Faraz's flower shop is blooming. To keep up with high demand, he must strengthen his business's roots.
Just 1 second. Faraz's flowers. Hold, please. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to Faraz's.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Sadness and misery, I don't feel either of these. I'm in a good mood.
Okay.
Hey, man, what's wrong?
Well, it just didn't sound very bluesy.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Oh, hey, Buzz.
Okay, well, let's try it again.
Smile on my face.
Nope, that's still happy.
Have a change of heart with Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Lots of sunshine today, the high 89. Clear tonight with a low at 63. Tomorrow and Friday, partly to mostly sunny both days, highs between 88 and 91. Saturday, increasingly cloudy with a chance of rain by afternoon, the high 84. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 62 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Scott Smith and Softmark Design, doing business for 17 plus years, specializing in graphic design services, commercial printing, promotional products, advertising specialties, and so much more. Basically, any and everything you would need to advertise, promote, and grow your business. Through strong partnerships, strong customer service, and creative ideas, they'll help you market and grow your business. Give Scott a call at 205-292-4680 or email scottis@comcast.net and visit them online at softmarkdesign.com.
Interact with the Martin Houston Show by calling us at 205-342-9904 or tuning into the Martin Houston Show on Facebook.
All right, Martin, you're on the Houston rolling.
Welcome back to the Martin Houston Show on Tide 100.9. It's a Wildcard Wednesday. We got a lot of crazy topics to get to. Mention a few as we were going to break. Also, a crazy position battle, a position you do not expect to battle brewing on the coast up in Carolina. We'll talk about that as well. But before we do, let's bring in Pat. Pat, you're in with the Martin Houston Show. What's on your mind, sir?
Good morning. Hey, the good thing is nobody had to bend over and pick a ball up off the turf because either two had completed the pass or somebody else caught it. It was all completions.
You're too funny, Pat.
Hey, let's talk about what I did call you about, and that's this 12-team playoff.
Okay.
And I was reading on Detroit, and it's still hard to talk intelligently about this thing, because there's still a bunch of what ifs, but saying, and what I did read that I liked was that there's no limit from each conference how many teams can be in the 12-team playoff. And being said, they went back to 2020, what would have happened. And the only team outside of the Has was Coastal Carolina that would have had a shot at getting in at number 12.
Cincinnati would have been in.
Well, Cincinnati, I'm talking about Cincinnati. They're a little bit more powerful than the total have-nots.
But they're part of the Power Five. I'm not the Power Five. They're part of the Group of Five. Yeah.
But so okay, there's two of them. But that the biggest thing what I saw is that there was 4 SEC teams in it. That would have been in there in 2020. And the thing about it is, we have 4 SEC teams that if they wouldn't beat up on one another, they would be part of the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm coming from, is that I want the SEC, if they're going to go 12 teams, I want the SEC having a much bigger seat at the table. At a total on, I'm not. You get all these callers calling in the SEC haters of the rest of the group. I'm not so much that. I like, because here in the SEC it just means more. I don't know that Missouri ought to be part of it. That I would see Missouri being more into Kansas and Kansas State, and then on up into the central part of the country, versus being a part of the SEC. But my question to you, who do you think we're going to, because we're going to go to super conferences. We currently have 14. When this thing shakes out in 3 years, where do you see how many teams you see in the SEC? I'm thinking that we're going to have 18. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're going to make a change to the conferences or not, but I could easily see it if they make a change going to 16, and the likes of UCF being added, but of course Florida don't want UCF in. So you that's what you get. That's what you get into is who do you bring in and which members are going to vote or allow those to move in when you look at the natural fit. So it may end up being the one team that doesn't have a lot of clout that may have some options is Texas A&M. There may be some team out of Texas that you end up bringing in, a Houston or something like that, and it's only Texas. Go ahead. Do what?
I said I was thinking possibly TCU.
Yeah, TCU would be a good one.
Yeah.
But
and on draft us, but now my question is, it's going to make the SEC so powerful. How it's not apples and oranges when the rest of the conferences are so darn weak. I'm talking about the Big Ten being so weak, and then you got your West Coast teams, they're all weak.
Well, I mean, that's no different than now. I mean, I don't know that adding. I don't know if there's